Hey everyone, Tony D and Little Joan here on a Screenwriter's Rant. We're going to take a look at a movie called What She Said. It's actually a documentary about Pauline Kael, famous movie critic, and I have a tie to this movie in that I worked on it as a PA. My friend is the cinematographer Vince Ellis, and I haven't seen the trailer yet, so I'm obviously biased for this movie. It is an interesting film. Pauline Kael was one of the critics back in the day when critics were very powerful in the movie industry. And so I know a lot about it. But I'm interested to see how the trailer has cut together.
This is good. Pauline Kael. Yeah, she's never said a good thing about me yet. That you like her? Dirty old broad.
Since 1968, Pauline Kael has written film criticism for The New Yorker.
I understood her voice, and I related to her voice, even when I disagreed with her.
We grew up reading Pauline Kael.
She seemed to notice everything.
There is a sense that people really don't know what they believe in anymore.
She turned the movie review into this expressive vehicle. It was as expressive as the short story or the sonnet.
She said, I know that someone...
That shot of the people in the theater looking up at the screen, I think that was one of the shots I was working on. This is a real insider's movie, a real film nut movie, because, most people don't know who Pauline Kael was, but because she was a famous critic at a time when critics wielded a good deal of power, she really influenced the movie industry. Your movie could be made or broken with her review.
My reviews have sent people to bed for 2 months.
Pretty sharp tongue.
Who was referred to as that ghastly woman?
There's very few critics who have the guts to go out there and write an honest review of a bad movie.
She refused to
I think I was on the shoot with Alec Baldwin. I think I was on that one.
be intimidated.
Any woman in that position is going to collect a lot of the animosity and really craziness that's out there. There's tremendous hatred of women. The real hate mail is for men, and it is vicious.
And there are a great many critics who are just trying to get through the day, who know they're second rate, and who are scared of their editors, and scared of their readers, and scared of the movie companies. If you're good enough, then you bring something to a magazine or a newspaper, you bring it readers, and so you can hold your own judgment. If you're not good enough, then you're at the mercy of everybody, and you have to give in. And so the point would be really to develop more courage.
But she's probably the most qualified critic in the world, because she cares about film and those that are involved in it.
So, as you can see, there's a ton of clips in the movie. Rob, who produced it, and he really did the whole movie himself. Well, not himself, but you know what I'm saying. He's the guy who pushed for it and really has just worked on this for a long time. One of the things that was very difficult is he wanted a ton of clips for the movie. So there's a ton of clips from like all sorts of classic movies, and you have to get rights for that kind of thing. And so that was very complicated. And you could see that Quentin Tarantino was in it. They flew out to L.A. to interview him. I think Alec Baldwin was in New York, and there's a few other people who you may recognize. I think there's some other famous people you might know. But it depends on how big of a film nut you are. And even if you're not, really, you're going to recognize these films. Because many of them are very big films. And so it's an interesting movie. It's an interesting look at the industry. Hollywood is kind of obsessed with itself. But this is, I think, one that can work, because it's an interesting slice of Hollywood that really isn't Hollywood. It's a film critic, and that's a little different. And there's not a lot of really amazing critics anymore. I mean, most of the people you see on the internet, they're either just guys like me, just randos, or they're kind of shills. And I don't think she was. She seemed to, know, like Jerry Lewis said, know what she was talking about and really loved film. So if you get a chance to see it, it's called What She Said, The Art of Pauline Kael.